I think now more than ever, it's so important, like, to have a mind of your own, to be able to separate real life from social media. A lot of us can't do that. A lot of us, we see women post their standards online, and that affects how we interact with women in real life. A lot of women see couple goals on TikTok and Instagram, and they try to make their relationship based off TikTok or Instagram. And the fact of the matter is, if you're thinking logically, what you got to understand is you create the life that you want to live. Just because your parents' marriage was 50-50 or 100-0 or however they did it, doesn't mean that will work for you too. That's why it's just so important to have your own program, so that you can understand that, okay, I need a woman that's willing to work with me and be in cooperation with my operation. So therefore, we can do what's best with us, in harmony with us, so we can get to the goals that we have set out for us. That's the goal. The goal is not to care about what social media standards are, what people are saying on Instagram and living like this, nah, we got to do what's best for us. I really just think, like, social media in general has everybody just trying to live a certain way, or thinking they are not doing enough. Because what you got to think about is that 30 years ago, our parents are not looking on an app where they can see yachts, Lamborghinis, people on expensive vacations. You're not seeing that all the time. But now that we see that in our forefront every single day, we automatically feel like if we're not doing those things, then we're not living life. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing nothing. And what happens is that naturally is going to depress you. It's going to depress you with your real life, and it's naturally going to take away from the possibilities that you could have. That's why you got to be able to disconnect from Instagram. I remember when I was like 24, 25, I had to really get off Instagram, to now to a point where I can get on and things I'm looking at don't really affect me. Versus 5-6 years ago, I'm looking at the gram and I'm like, man, I'm not doing enough. Because you're looking at your friends that are married, you're looking at your friends that are successful, and it makes you feel like that you are not doing enough with your life. You see couple goals, you see people doing cool stuff with their kids, and it makes you want to try to force yourself in a relationship and all these different things. Why? All because of social media. Why? Because you're not thinking with your own mind. So it's like, all right, Josh, what does this got to do with us? You know what I'm saying? What's this got to do with us? What can we learn from this? The point that I'm trying to make with this is that when it comes to picking a woman to be in your life, whether that's a rotation, somebody you're just casually dating, a girlfriend, or potentially a wife, it's very important to see, does this woman think superficially, or is she thinking real lifely? What does this woman talk about? What does she care about? Is she always on her phone? Is she always on Instagram? Is she always trying to take pictures and get attention? Or when you're with her, can she have conversations from every rim? Is she well-rounded? Is she a good listener? Those are things you need to be paying attention to. Because again, social media has a lot of people messed up. And also too, what you got to understand is, for me, I value a woman who is very attentive. Most women, those Instagram all them Instagram baddies we be wanting, man, they are not finna be attentive. Because people are paying so much attention to them. Their DMs are flooded. They dating app messages are flooded. Their text messages are flooded. So why should they pay attention to you? And that's what you got to understand. A lot of us dudes, we're messing with these women that are not attentive to us, but because she looks good and she's just going along with it, we put up with it. But that's not a woman I'm trying to deal with, because that's a woman where social media is ruining her life, because what you got to understand is she may be getting that attention now, but in 10 years, that attention gonna slow down. You know what I'm saying? So this is why it's important to vet women, because we want the women that are bad, they look good, got something fat back there, very aesthetically pleasing. And a lot of times, a lot of these, and I'm not saying most of these women, but a lot of these women, they like the attention, they like the spotlight, they like making TikToks, they like couple goals on Instagram. And a woman who thinks like that, I can't have nothing long and sustainable with you. It's gonna burn out because you're in this for taking pics on the gram and doing this. Oh, I want to go here because I seen it here. I'm good on that. Now, social media is cool in certain elements, but when it takes over your whole life in a sense of that's all you care about, you're letting the attention get to your head. I'm good. You want to go far with your life, right? We all want to go far with our life, right? I do want that life that is on Instagram in the sense of I do want the nicest cars and the nicest houses and to be able to do nice things. But at the same time, I'm not going to let social media make me feel depressed about where I'm at in life. And also too, I need a woman who understands that and who wants to support that and who's willing to be in cooperation with my operation. Shout out to Ron Wills. Because if the woman understands that and she can see the vision, you know what I'm saying? That's why I love women that I deal with who love how I talk about life. You know what I'm saying? How I articulate life. I love that because they just be sitting there listening, taking it all in. To me, when I can motivate a woman, that motivates me to go harder because I see that, okay, she's with what I'm saying and what I'm talking about. See, my thing is I really want to be living that life, doing what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to live that life doing it through a shortcut or trying to do this to get there quick. No, I'm really trying to put in the work, put in the sacrifice and really get to where I'm going. But at the same time, the woman that's going to be along that journey, you know, that eventually I have my kids and things of that nature is a woman who sees the vision, who understands my dream, who's patient with me, who pays attention to detail. That's the woman that get the world from me. And so my whole point of me saying this is that forget what social media is talking about. You got to remove that from your mind. You got to be able to identify people who are not wrapped in that type of simulation, who's not just believing everything they see, who's not just believing in all that attention. Because it's cute right now, but in 10 years, how it's going to look. I don't know if y'all just seen the last video I just posted, but one of the videos I just posted, I was talking about how a lot of times we think because a woman has a lot of options that any dude can just commit to her type of deal. But what you got to understand, a lot of those options are just sex options. You know what I'm saying? So what you got to understand, a woman that's 25 right now, in 10 years on Instagram, she won't have all those options. It'll be the next 25-year-old. So that's like kind of false attention. That's why for me, I don't want a woman who thrives off that type of attention because it's not real. It's not real. Because to me, the woman I'm dealing with, what type of qualities do you have? Okay, that's cool. You get a lot of likes on Instagram and you posting yourself half naked. That's cool. But what type of feminine qualities do you have? Can you are you patient? Are you understanding? Are you nurturing? Are you attentive? You know, are you loyal? Are you trustworthy? Those are the things that I'm looking at. And a lot of the times, women that thrive. Now, again, women naturally are going to need attention, right? But there's levels to it. When you need so much attention to where I'm looking at your iPhone usage percentage and it says Instagram 80% of the day, that's a problem. Unless you an influencer making your money off of it, that's a problem. So that's really my whole point to this video. It's like, it's very just important to pay attention to the women that you have in your life. It's like, what do they thrive off? Do they thrive off of real life and wanting more for themselves and having values and having character and being loyal? Or do they thrive off attention from Snapchats, TikTok, Instagram, dating apps? That's my whole point to y'all. Just be on the lookout for that. And again, like I say in every video, continue to put yourself first. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel. Guys, make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gone.